guess what today is? It's like dream it, create it, and live it. Like today we have such a special treat for you. We'll be diving into the steps that you can take to start achieving, I'll say the word properly, achieving your dreams so that you can create your life by design. And ultimately, you get to live life to the fullest. So I want you to grab, potentially, this could be a pen and a paper episode, people. So if you're out walking right now, or if you're driving right now, you can still listen to it. Don't you be putting us on hold now, because this is something that you may want to hear 1 or 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, you might do this a repeat.
And you may want to grab a pen and a piece of paper. If you're like me, you're going to want to grab a pen and a piece of paper. The other thing that I do is when I'm listening to podcasts is I have my notes ready. So if I'm listening to the podcast and I'm not watching, I just have it on notes so I can just take my 3 key takeaways. All right, so exciting times. Dream it, create it, and live it. Why is that important, everybody?
Right, so now the importance of dream it, create it, live it, like these 3 things are really important. It lies in the transformative power it holds over our lives.
Absolutely.
So we're going to delve deep into why each step, dreaming, creating, and living, is crucial for personal growth and fulfillment.
Because that's the strategy and the formula that we apply to creating our life by design. And it's our life by design is always evolving, isn't it?
Always.
It's always evolving. Like, who would have thought that by the time you get to listen to this podcast, we would have spent a week in Natosha?
Yeah, we would have been in Africa already. We would have done it.
By the time you are listening to this, we've already seen elephants. Yeah. Ursha's already seen the giraffes because they're like her favorites.
And we've been in the Namib Desert, like on the other side of the world.
Yeah, that's like life by design.
That's right.
Isn't it?
It's amazing.
All right.
So dreaming allows us to tap into the vast realm of possibilities.
Oh, that's big language.
Like there are so many things that we can have. You just have to have you just have to dream it to start the process, right? And when we dare to dream, we expand our horizons. We break free from limitations, those limiting beliefs that we have, that we can only have so much, that we only have this much available to us. And we can envision a future that is exciting and motivates us.
Like, is that the type of life that you want to have? Because if that is, then today, this is the podcast for you. We're going to just go deep into this today. This is for people that may be feeling a little bit stuck, maybe be feeling a little bit bluesy, maybe feeling a little bit frustrated and agitated and like, I'm just not making any progress. I don't know what to do. And I don't know, what is this thing called life by design? And I just want my life to be different. I didn't expect it to be like this. This is the podcast for you. So dreams, they provide us with a sense of direction and also purpose. They act as beacons that guide our actions and our decision making. They fuel our ambitions. They ignite a passion within us, and that helps to propel us forward.
Yeah.
Oh, my
dream
got stuck on the desk. I was getting so excited.
Now, what's really important is dreams alone are not enough. Right? The next step is creating. It's where we turn our dreams into reality. Now, through strategic planning, right? You've got to do some planning. By setting some goals and taking action, we transform our dreams into tangible, real life outcomes.
How good is that? So we dream it and then we create it. Creation requires us to harness our skills, our talents, and our resources so that we build something meaningful. Like, have you ever created something that you didn't like and you just threw it away? And it was like, took you that long. And then you put something into something that took a long time. And then you hold on to that. Like, how many of you have, I don't know, photographs or kids' pictures or something in the past that you've had for so long and you will not get rid of it? I bet you if you went through your cupboards right now, you're like, oh no, I couldn't get rid of that. Because it's meaningful. It's meaningful, right? So when we move into the creation and the planning, it empowers us to actively shape our lives, gives us the opportunity to take responsibility of our own journey, and it also gives us the results that we desire. Because so many of us, I know for me in the past, is I've outsourced my life. I think that other people are responsible for my life. And if I'm not happy, well, that person's the one that's not making me happy. This, just by creating, gives you the opportunity to take your power and your control back so that you can create your life by design. Oh, this is exciting.
And then finally, living, the live it part, we get to live our dreams. I mean, that's the ultimate fulfillment.
Yeah, moving from frustration to fulfillment.
You're living authentically and in alignment with your dreams. This brings a deep sense of joy, of purpose, and like a massive satisfaction.
Game changer.
Yeah, because you're actually living the life that you desire. You dreamed it. You then went out and you took some action, and now you get to live it. And I think there are people out there that dream it and create it, and dream it and create, and dream and create, and they never stop to actually live it. And this is where fulfillment comes from. And it allows us to experience life filled with meaning, with passion, and like I said, fulfillment, because you're just so happy and feel like life is just exactly how it should be. So by living our dreams, we inspire others. That's the cool part. Really, why do you do this? It's not that we're selfish about ourselves. We want to have that ripple effect, and that positivity and possibility in the world for other people. So if they see you do it, if you can do it, so can they. I mean, that in itself is fulfilling. And like, if I know that I do something and someone else sees what I do and goes, man, if Sam can do it, I can do it. And then they go out and do that. Like, that rocks my world.
Gosh, Sam's on fire today. I'm just going to be quiet.
Okay. So dreaming, creating, and living are interconnected and interdependent. You need all three steps in order for this to work. And without the dreams, you lack direction and motivation. Without the creation, your dreams remain just fantasies, really. And without the living our dreams, we miss out on all the joy and all the fulfillment that comes from aligning with our actions, with our deepest desires.
So I'm curious, when you look at that model, which one are you stuck in? Are you dreaming? Do you even allow yourself to dream? Do you give yourself permission to dream? Because I was the type of person that never did. I just did. I was too busy creating, that I didn't even live. I just had an expectation, create, and that led to frustration. It also, as a consequence of that, burnout. So when we dream and we give ourselves permission to dream, endless possibilities and opportunities. When we create, we get to put the steps in place, and there's nothing more exciting than living your creation. Like, how cool is that? So when you think about, are you living in the D, are you living in the C, or are you living in the L? The D, the C, or the L?
And isn't it kind of like, it's like planning a holiday. You dream of this holiday in the Caribbean, you dream about it. Then you do all the creating, the planning, the flights, the holiday, the hotels, and then you don't go.
Or you do go, and you're at the holiday, like you're on the holiday, you may be in Bora Bora, swimming with manta rays, and you're not living in the moment. You're already planning the next one, or you're focused on the to-do list that you're going to do when you get home, because you're not appreciating living in the moment. I know for me, many holidays that we've had, I have been living in the future. I've dreamed it. I've dreamed like going to swim with whale sharks in Cancun, right? And get there, created it. We've got everyone going. We've got our friends going. We've got our celebration. We've got the hotels booked. We've got the food all sorted. When I'm doing it, I'm like, what's next? What's next? What's next? So if you applied this strategy, fulfillment goes up and frustration goes down. This is so exciting. So awesome. Good. Okay, so what's some of the benefits?
So what have we got? Benefits.
Dream it, create it, and live it.
There are lots. And there's so many of them. So we try to just break it down to 7. And even if that felt like a lot, but there are so many. So we go through number 1, clarity and focus.
Yes.
Right. Number 2, motivation and inspiration. Number 3, personal growth and development.
Which is important.
Number 4, a sense of purpose and fulfillment. 5, increased resilience and adaptability.
Yes.
Number
I
6,
like it.
inspiration to others.
Mhm.
And number 7, a life of authenticity. Like,
Oh, and if you did
living
last week's
authentically.
podcast, you will love that one because it was stepping into your greatness. So, I just want to dive straight there, but I'm not going to. I'm
Okay.
not going to. I'm just going to be like, oh, it's okay, Ursh, we're on a new podcast, new week, new season. Let's do it. All right. So number 1, clarity and focus. So by dreaming, we gain clarity about our desires. And we've never been taught about our desires. We have to live someone else's dream. We're always working and doing for other people, especially women. That's how we've been brought up. That is society dictating how we need to live our life. So when we give ourselves permission to dream, it's different and it's unfamiliar. It feels unnatural at first because we don't even know what our desires are. And when we get clarity about our desires and our passion and our aspirations, fulfillment goes up, excitement goes up. So this clarity enables us to set really clear goals and focus our energy and efforts towards their achievements. Instead of getting distracted on other people's dreams, we're now aligned with our own dreams, our own goals, our own desires, because we know what they are. Now, are you the type of person that decides to jump in other people's sand pits and get involved in other people's dramas and waste time and energy fixing other people's shit? Because I know I spend a lot of my life doing that. I'm not judging you, right? Sam's laughing because she knows it's true. I used to be everybody's rescuer. And now I'm like, having clarity and focus about my goals means that, does that align with my goals? How is that going to align with my goals? By doing this action right now, is that going to take me closer to my goals, or is that going to move me away? And when we do our crush sessions every month, we do an inventory of our 10 success areas. And I tell you what, in 6 months, these ladies have made significant transformations mentally, physically, and spiritually, because before training with us, before doing our Crush It program, they had no clarity and focus. And just on Sunday, and this will be probably 2 weeks by the time you hear this one. However, just by doing this for 6 months, people are like, I used to bully myself, and now I realize how much I've achieved in 6 months. I just can't believe it. And I'm like, believe it, sister. Believe it, because you now have clarity and focus. All right, number 2, motivation and inspiration.
So like basically dreams provide us with heaps of motivation and inspiration, right? They ignite the fire within us. They drive us to overcome the obstacles, right? Because we're like, I have a dream. All right, we persevere through challenges and we stay committed to our journey because we have something that tangible out there that we would really, truly want. And when we connect with our dreams, we tap into an endless source of energy and enthusiasm.
So I really want you to write that down. If you're walking right now or highlighting right now, or you're on YouTube right now, push pause. Like just do a screenshot of the time. When we connect with our dreams, we tap into an endless source of energy and enthusiasm. Who doesn't want more energy? Who doesn't want to have more enthusiasm with life? No one said never. No. You all want more energy and more enthusiasm. Otherwise, you wouldn't be listening to this podcast. Okay, number 3, personal growth and development. The process of creating and pursuing our dreams pushes us right outside of our comfort zone. Like, it's not easy. It's a little bit scary, but it does challenge us, right? It challenges us to develop new skills. We get to expand our knowledge, and we discover our untapped potential. Now, that's exciting. And through this journey, we actually grow as individuals. We become more resilient, more adaptable, and we create even more self-awareness. Like, number 3. I love number 3. Number 4.
Number 4, sense of purpose and fulfillment. Like living in alignment with our dreams gives us a profound sense of purpose and fulfillment because we know what we want. And when we actively create and work towards our goals, we experience so much satisfaction. And that comes from knowing that we're living with intention And
remember, we did that
progress.
podcast about intention, didn't we? So important.
I think it was number 102. Watch that one, right?
Oh,
now,
Sam, we need a list of them all because we've done so
done
many.
So many, man. This is going to be like 104. Now, this sense of fulfillment, it is going to enhance our overall well-being and happiness. So knowing that you are on purpose and that you're heading in the right direction is going to give you so much more happiness and well-being, instead of living in a world of stress and worry because you know you're moving in the direction you want to be moving in. It's awesome.
It's crazy cool.
Number 5, increased resilience and adaptability.
So the pursuit of our dreams is actually very rarely a smooth path. Like, it goes up and down. People say to me, what does success look like? It doesn't look like that. It looks like whoa, 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 whoa. It goes up and down and around and round, and sometimes it's like a crazy roller coaster ride. However, it does teach us valuable lessons. Like it teaches us more about resilience, more about adaptability, and more about perseverance. We learn to navigate setbacks. I don't know, for us, we've overcome even more obstacles. And what Sam, my master Sam, is good at is she's solution focused. I just call her solution focused the whole time. She has become a master.
Figure outable.
Yeah, figure outable is one of our favorite words. Like, this is figure outable. We will not give up. We will 10x that shit if we need to. So these are the type of skills that become invaluable in all areas of our life. So just by stepping into increased resilience and adaptability, we get to face future challenges with confidence. Instead of burying our head in the sand and running away, we can like put this coat of armor on and go, oh, and even if we don't know 100% the answers, we can figure shit out. I love it. All right, number 6, inspiration to others.
Yeah. Now, when we are courageously pursuing our dreams, so like when you're putting yourself out there and you're swimming with the sharks, going to Magic Island, which is your dreams, we inspire other people around us.
Yes.
Because if you can do it, they can do it, because you're just like them. That's just what's so awesome. Our actions and our achievements can motivate others to dream bigger, to take risks, and for them to actually pursue their own passions as well. And by living our dreams, we become like the catalysts for positive change. And like, we're all about ripple effects. Like, the whole reason we had a gym in the first place is we wanted to help women to be healthier and live longer and have a ripple effect on their communities. This is the same. You get to have and create a ripple effect of inspiration in your communities and beyond your communities. Maybe it's in your churches, maybe it's in your youth groups, maybe it's in your family, maybe it's in your friends, maybe it's at work. Like, how awesome that you get to be that person for others.
That's cool, isn't it?
Yeah. And lastly, number 7.
What is it?
You like this one? A life of authenticity.
Yes, be you, baby, because everyone else is taken. I love saying that. Everyone else is taken. So embracing the dream it, create it, and live it mindset allows us to live authentically. Like, just being you, because you rock. That's right, you rock. When we actively pursue our dreams, we are living in alignment with our true selves, our true spirit, our true soul. We align with our values. Fulfillment is a consequence. Happiness, joy, like all of those beautiful words that lift our spirits, that's what happens. We end up living like that and feeling those emotions. And that's why having a life of authenticity is so critical, especially in today's day and age. Authenticity brings a deep sense of joy and a peace and a genuine connection to ourselves, and we then get to relate with other people. Instead of having these superficial conversations, we can have deep, meaningful conversations. How amazing is this?
So I'm thinking right now, like, why the hell wouldn't you want to dream it, live it, and or create it and live it? Like, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Like, if you just heard those 7, you think, oh yeah, not for me. Bye.
We know your people, and that's okay.
Thank you so much for listening for the last 15 or so minutes, and move on to the next podcast. But I don't think anybody listening right now is thinking, oh yeah, no, thank you. I'll opt out of this. Like, this is bloody awesome. So we want to make sure that you know how to do this. And we've got some steps here. Nice and simple. I think we've got 5 steps.
Oh my gosh. 5 steps.
Seven. But they're quick steps.
I'm not going to let Sam take so many notes.
7.
She's getting really like long with some of these
7
notes
steps.
now. And you haven't even got big detailed notes here.
No,
But
this
let's
is
do
just
it.
short and to the sweet because it's all about just, these are basic. These are the steps. We don't have to dribble on. It's literally the step.
Pen
Number
and
1
paper is needed though. No, we're going to go through all of them quickly.
Okay.
Because if you want to write these down, you can, right? Number 1, dare to dream. Number 2, define your vision. Number 3, craft a plan. Number 4, embrace resilience, which we've spoken about. Number 4, which we've spoken about in the past, if you've listened to the last, not this podcast, the intention one, take inspired action. Are you noticing a theme? Number 5, cultivate a growth mindset. Now, we spoke about that too. Celebrate milestones is number 6 and inspire others is number 7. Whoop, whoop. Okay, I promise you, we're not going to keep you for much longer.
No, this is quick.
Short, sweet, and to the point.
This is the to-do list, not a bloody essay. It's the to-do list.
Okay, number 1, dare to dream. Did you know that 65% of successful individuals credit their achievements to having a clear vision of their dreams? 65%.
It's bloody amazing.
Yeah. What does Eleanor Roosevelt say?
She says that the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams.
What? Like, that's pretty good, right?
So
that's
start dreaming.
That's pretty good. Dreams are the seeds from which all great accomplishment. I tell you, my speech today. I think I'm needing more brain octane or sleep. So, dare to dream. Dreams are seeds from which all great accomplishments grow. So, give yourself permission to dream. Give yourself permission to dream. And how can you do that? You can just journal. What do I want every single day for 7 days? What do I want? Because I bet you anything that you could tell me what you don't want. All right, number 2.
You got to define your vision. Once you have a dream in mind, it's time to bring it into focus. What does it look like? So you've got an idea, but focus in specifically.
Be specific.
Very, very specific. And there's some research that shows that individuals who write down their goals are 42% more likely to achieve them. So by writing it down and be very specific of what that looks like.
So those are where the SMART goals come in, everyone. Setting goals is the first step in turning the invisible into the visible. Thank you very much, Tony Robbins. Love him.
All right. Next thing you got to do is you have to craft your plan.
And how do we do that?
Well, dreams, you have to actually have an action plan. You've got to have actions. It can't just, go, I have a dream, and then you just forget about it, and then just hope that the dream is going to come true. So you got to remember, we talked about the benefits before, breaking them down into actionable steps. Have small steps that are going to help you to achieve the goal.
So what do the steps look like, and what are the dates of completion? And we do this in our Crush It program, don't we? It's like, what are 4 steps that you're going to take this month that align with the goal or the outcome that you want to achieve? Dreams without action remain fantasies. I know, a little bit of sarcasm in there, isn't it?
And I don't know, you guys have heard Benjamin Franklin. He said this before: by failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail.
Oh, we love that.
And I know there was another one that a friend of ours always used to use. Proper prior preparation leads to piss poor performance. So if you don't have proper prior preparation, you're going to end up with piss poor performance. And got my P's.
PPP. 33% of people are more likely to succeed if they break their goals into smaller, bite-sized, actionable steps. 33%.
1 in 3 people.
1 in 3 people will more likely succeed just by breaking it down. Oh,
bloody fabulous.
Love it. Okay, embracing resilience.
The road to success is seldom smooth, people. We talked about this before. You're going to end up going up and down that roller coaster. It's going to be G-force at the beginning, and then you're going to flip upside down, and then the whole thing is going to go off the rails, and somehow it's going to land back on there. It's going to be disastrous. Disastrous. And there was some stats that showed that resilient people, individuals, are 10 times more likely to overcome obstacles and achieve their goals.
So step out of your comfort zone and celebrate the discomfort. Celebrate the discomfort. So one of the things that me and Sam say to our team, we say to our clients is way to embrace the discomfort, way to crush the discomfort, because we see discomfort as something that's external to us and we want to push it away and it's wrong and it's bad and it's yucky, as opposed to like, bring it on, next chapter, baby. Is that all you got for me? What's next? Love it.
And I love this quote by my very good friend, Nelson Mandela. He said, the greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall, never giving up, keep going. Like, that's golden. And I mean, Nelson Mandela is like a rock star. When it comes to resilience, he owns that department. Like, he's the man.
Absolutely. And just think about how many generations of people have been inspired by one man's actions.
I just heard, like, I'm going to share this really quickly. I know I'm taking up time, but who cares? I just heard the story just this week that Nelson Mandela, I think he'd been in jail for 20 or 21 years, and the government decided that they were going to let him go. And they came to him in jail and said, Nelson Mandela, Mr. Mandela, we have decided that we are going to release you with no, what do you call it? Like, no conditions. We're just going to let you go. And he turned around and said, no, I have conditions, and I want to make sure that there's freedom to all people. And there were two or three actual conditions that he had for his release to ensure that his people were looked after. And it took 2 more years in jail before those conditions were met. How's that for resilience? He'd already done 20 years in jail, and here they said, here we go, we're going to let you out, off you go. And he's like, no, thank you. Not until you do these 2 or 3 things. I can't remember exactly what they were. And like, that is phenomenal.
Powerful, isn't it?
Like, how many times did he fall over? He never stopped getting up.
That's an example of embracing resilience.
Yeah.
Number 4, take inspired action. Remember, it has to be aligned with your heart. It has to be aligned purpose, passion. Take the action steps that are going to get you closer to your goals, not someone else's dreams. How is that going to shift the dial? How is that going to shift the dial? What are the actions that I need to take today to get me closer to my dreams? Dreams and plans mean nothing without action, like nothing. Like, they're just dreams until you put the action steps in, and then you commit to taking the action steps. And did you know that taking consistently small steps towards your goal increases your chance of success by how many percent?
85%.
85%.
Massive.
If you take nothing out of this podcast today, then take inspired action, because it increases. And just by being consistent in your action, 85% more likely to succeed. 85.
Crazy.
That's phenomenal stats.
And another one of my golden oldie here, Mahatma Gandhi, he said, the future depends on what you do today. The action you take today is going to determine your future. So start moving, baby.
So if you want to be a fortune teller, start taking the action today. Isn't that interesting? So you are a consequence of all the action steps. Your life right now is a consequence of all the action steps that you've taken in the past 5, 10, 15 years. And you're like, that's really true shit. True story.
You created today.
You created your reality. So if you're not happy with the way that your life is now, or how you're showing up in your life right now, beautiful. You can just take different action steps. Then you can get a different outcome. Isn't life beautiful? I love that. Like, it's just, it's mind-blowing. Okay.
Number 5, you're going to cultivate a growth mindset. Now, along this journey, you have no choice but to have personal growth. It's inevitable because you can't take all these steps and take the action and do the inspired action and be a motivational inspiration. You can't do all of these steps without the personal growth, and it's just inevitable. And research suggests that individuals with a growth mindset are 47% more likely to persevere through a challenge and achieve their goal. So you're nearly 50% more likely to achieve it because you have a growth mindset. You're willing to learn. You're willing to make the mistakes, fail forward, and take the risks.
Yeah, and not be perfect. I think that's another one. Write that down. We need growth mindset versus fixed mindset. I tell you, every time we come on here, we have more inspiration for even more podcasts. We've got the next 10 lined up for you. And now we're going to, what did you just do?
Growth mindset versus
Fixed mindset.
There we go.
The only way to grow is to embrace discomfort and challenge. So if you're not green and growing, you are brown and rotting. If you're not green and growing, you're brown and rotting.
Mm-hmm.
And green and growing means you need to embrace risks and challenges. Your biggest opportunities for growth are found outside of your comfort zone. Did you hear that? Your biggest opportunity for growth are found outside of your comfort zone. Now, mother just rang me, so here she goes again. If we just hear some ringing, she may get the hint. All right, number 6, celebrate milestones.
I'm going to message her. She doesn't care. And go.
Okay, as you progress towards your dreams, it's essential to acknowledge and celebrate the milestones along the way. Now, we've spoken about this before. Most people don't stop and celebrate. One of the ways that we do that is in our FYB jar. It's our fuck yeah baby jar. And we write all of the wins for the day and we put it in there. Why? Because most of our brains are trained in natural negative default. Most of the brain. Sam's brain is not. My brain, however, is the extreme. So I have to remind myself every day what I'm doing is really good. And I'm going to condition and retrain, create brand new neural pathways so I get to celebrate me. And it's so important because what we focus on expands. We've said this many, many times before. What you focus on, you attract. So if you're focused on shit, you're going to attract shit. And we're going to focus on all the great, beautiful opportunities that you have seized that day, and you're going to bring more of that into your world. So studies have shown that celebrating small victories boosts motivation and it increases the likelihood of achieving long-term goals.
Hands up if you're more motivated when you celebrate it, or you celebrate yourself for achieving something.
I am the bomb.com.
Motivated. I love it. I'm like, I just did the shabombi moment. We have shabombi moments.
Shabombis.
So when we're building and the nail goes in straight or something, and there's a moment you go shabombi, and it's like a little celebration. It makes you want to go to the next one. Whereas if you don't celebrate,
I say that, don't I? Say, is that a shabombi moment?
Yes, that is shabombi.
And Sam's like, not yet. But once I've done, and then all of a sudden I'm like, babe, is that a shabombi moment? And she's like, yes. I'm like, shabombi.
I'll be like downstairs and I'll do something which is a bit challenging and we'll work and I'm like, shabombi. It's awesome. You can steal the shabombi.
Steal the shabombi. It just changes your physiology, puts you in a good mood. Every time you do something that's awesome, even if it's a little awesome, steal the word shabombi. All right, Oprah says the more you praise and celebrate your life, the more there is in life to celebrate.
She nailed it.
High five, Oprah. Okay, number 7, inspire others. Once you've achieved your dreams, pay it forward. Pay it forward. Why? Because if someone had have said to me 30 years ago what I know now, if I didn't have to go through the obstacles, through the challenges, if I didn't have to waste endless time right? And someone had just said to me, do this, I don't know where I would be right now. I firmly believe, however, that we're in exactly the right place that we're meant to be at the right time. Like everything's happening for a reason, right? And a season. When we pay it forward, we get to help serve not only at our greatest good, but we get to serve, which we never know how many people need to hear what they need to hear. And we are so fortunate because we're in, we've had our gym for 19 years now. So we're used to being in an industry where we get to give back all the time. And when you get to pay it forward to other people who are struggling with the same obstacles, gosh almighty, these medications. I know the medication that I'm on right now is just really creating havoc with my speech lately, isn't it? So when we get to make someone else's life that much easier and they're going through the same experiences and we get to share our knowledge and we get to give them the tools and we get to support them and we get to validate them, there is no better feeling of satisfaction and fulfillment. I promise you that. I promise you that. And to any of my instructors that are listening right now, for 20 years, over 20 years, I've been on stage delivering classes, like thousands, 20,000 classes I've been on stage teaching for 20 years. For the first time in my life, my instructors that I've trained up for years are now on stage. I'm a participant. They get to pay it forward to me. I get to be the person that is receiving their greatness. And when I leave that class on a Friday morning or on a Wednesday night, and I just have this massive feeling of how blessed am I to be aligned by the best. And the roles have reversed. I'm no longer paying it forward in that arena. They're paying it forward to me. And that is, it just melts my heart. It melts my heart that I'm in a position now where I can be open to receive that and they're able to give. Wow. And I messaged them after their class. I'm just like, thank you for being my person today that lifted my spirits, that put a smile on my dial, was the reason for getting me out of bed. You have made my morning. You have made my night. It's just beautiful. So there's nothing better than inspiring other people and paying it forward. Did you know that individuals who inspire and support each other on their journeys are 78% more likely to maintain their own success? So if you inspire and support others, 78%. Like, take fulfillment out of it. I mean, like, even take the stats out of it. The fulfillment factor for me is huge.
It's awesome.
It's huge. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. That's from Steve Jobs. So today, it's been a pretty powerful one today, hasn't it? There you have it. The steps to achieving your dreams, creating your life by design, and how to live life to the fullest. So remember, dreaming is just the beginning, right? You allow yourself to dream, go hard, enjoy, conquer. Just do it. It's awesome to be able to do that. Like, creative, like, I'm just thinking, like, dreaming, even for our holiday right now, we're still dreaming. Like, it's just getting more and more and more every single day. It's up to you to take the action. No one else can take the action. You can create momentum and motivation by having a really helpful, supportive community, but it's actually on you to take the action. We need you to persevere through those challenges because they will come. Nothing is going to be handed to you. And if it is, sharing is caring. Bring it over here, right? And we want you to cultivate a mindset of growth and resilience because that's what's going to be required to create your life by design. It wasn't meant to be easy. It was meant to be fun though, right? So go out there, dream big, and make it happen because you are worthy of living your best life. And if not you, then who? And if not now, then when? Oh, we're just going to leave it right there because I think that's pretty epic. So everybody, until next week, go out there, sprinkle some magic, and do more than that. Dream it, create it, and then go live it. Because someone you know is going to be inspired by you sticking to those 3 things this week. Until next week, everyone, have the most sensational week. If you loved this episode today, like if you loved it, even if you just liked it a little bit, that would help. We would love to ask you a huge favor. Can you please, a million times, please, subscribe to our channel.
Push the button below. Just push it now before you forget. Just push it.
You can do it.
Because not only will you never miss an episode ever again.
Never.
You'll always be there. But then you'll also help other people find us because the more people that watch us, the more people that will get our message. And then more people will be part of our podcast. Wouldn't that be awesome?
And we can't not see you and hear you every week, can we? We just can't. So just do it. Just do it.
Just push the button.
Eat the frog. Do it now.
It's right down there.
Go. Just do it for us. That'll be like the best present you could ever give us. Thank you.
Bye.